I'm back. Rodrance for the Black and White Network. Well, I got to give my beautiful wife credit on this one. She sent this to me a few minutes ago, and I looked at it and was like, oh, yes. Excellent article for the Black and White Network channel. Now, self-admittedly, I am a huge Ron DeSantis fan. I think he is one of our future leaders of this country. I've said if Trump decides for some reason he's not going to run, then Ron DeSantis, of course, is the next guy in line. Now, a Trump-DeSantis 2024 ticket would be a powerhouse without a doubt. And then, of course, after Trump was done with 4 years, DeSantis can slide in, provided he can win a fair election over the next 8 years. And then we have 12 years of strong conservative leadership in this country. And, of course, I did watch DeSantis on CPAC over the weekend. He mainly took aim at all the COVID restrictions, and he was at the forefront of fighting back against all these COVID mandates and all these COVID restrictions. And it's one of the reasons I've been so critical of Greg Abbott, because I feel like Greg Abbott has been very reactionary to what DeSantis has done. Like, DeSantis, as a governor, has been out in the forefront leading, and then you got guys like Greg Abbott sort of, oh, DeSantis did this, I'm going to act on that. That's a different subject for a different video. Let's get to this. I have rejected this request. This is the Daily Wire. Ron DeSantis refuses Biden's call for National Guard at State of the Union. Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced Monday that his state would not deploy any National Guard members to the nation's capital ahead of Tuesday's planned State of the Union address. DeSantis said that that President Biden, I use that term loosely, had issued a request for governors to deploy members of the National Guard from their respective states, and he made it abundantly clear he had no intention of doing so. Quote, last week, the Biden administration requested the assistance of state National Guards to deploy to Washington, D.C. I have rejected this request. There will be at no Florida Guard sent to D.C. for Biden's State of the Union. DeSantis tweeted right there. Quote, King and a number of others voiced support for DeSantis in decision. Quote, I love my governor. But others questioned whether or not DeSantis had thought this through in his response, noting that Florida could eventually find itself in need of federal help, especially in event of a rough hurricane season. Quote, this won't age well, say come hurricane season, digital media producer Jacob Langston tweeted in response. Shake my head, digital journalist Tim Kephart. According to a report from NBC Washington, 700 National Guard troops have been activated ahead of Biden's address and a possible trucker convoy, an American answer to Canada's recently disbanded Freedom Convoy that is expected to arrive in D.C. in time for the event. Awesome. The other 300 Guard personnel are from outside of D.C. and have been approved upon request from U.S. Capitol Police. Such personnel include 100 Vermont Army National Guard soldiers, 100 New Jersey, and 80 from West Virginia who will support security operations within Washington starting later this week. The request was activated as of 1 p.m. and is approved to continue through 11:59 p.m. Monday, March 7th. Neither approval allows troops use of helicopters or other aircraft by National Guard or sharing of equipment with law enforcement agencies. They also not carry firearms or take part in law enforcement or domestic surveillance activities. In addition to the National Guard presence, the temporary fencing that surrounded the Capitol after the January 6th riot is set to be put back ahead of Biden's address. And we're not going to go further into that, but you get the point. Okay, so DeSantis said, nah. Now, let us point something out, and it's tacky as hell. Okay, Biden's up there worried about himself. Why? I don't know. He's afraid of some peaceful protesting, which the Freedom Convoy did in Canada. So you mean to tell me if the governor denied request for your protection, you, singular, and the people in your immediate government for the State of the Union up there, because he denied you national, some state guard request, then the federal government should deny aid for hurricane assistance for Florida citizens? Is that what I'm reading here? Is that what actually came out of somebody's mouth? Now that's pathetic. The two could not be any less related whatsoever. So Washington is going to deny an entire state's assistance if they get hit by a natural disaster, as opposed to a president that has run this fucking country into the ground for a year? Really? Who's being tacky now? Digital media journalist, whoever tweeted that bullshit out? Man, this should not be a revenge tour. DeSantis denied you National Guard. Should have nothing to do with getting hurricane aid later at all. Florida is still in the United States. Yeah, that's a thing. Whether Biden or leftists like it or not. And bravo, Ron DeSantis. Good job giving a middle finger to Biden. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network fans. Oh, the media perception. We got to be in a panic up there. We got to look like we're under siege. We're under threat. Or in the words they love to use, it was an insurrection. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.